When it comes to televisions, especially in recent years, the market seems saturated. Every brand offers models that promise spectacular resolutions, increasingly intelligent operating systems, minimalist designs, and features that often, for those who are not used to them, seem more complicated than helpful. Within this landscape, LG with the 2024 UT73 series has tried to strike a particular balance between innovation and accessibility, bringing to a 43-inch model like the 43UT73006LA features that you would normally expect on larger sizes or more expensive lines. The first impression you get from this television is that of an elegant yet discreet object. The frame is thin, not invisible like on premium models, but fine enough not to interfere with the viewing experience, and the 43-inch diagonal makes it ideal for a medium-sized living room or even a slightly larger bedroom, without feeling oversized. The central stand is stable, perhaps not the most refined in its category but practical, and above all, it doesn't require arranging the furniture based on two side supports, as happens with other models. Assembly is simple. In a few minutes, the TV is ready, which already shows that LG has aimed for an immediate, user-friendly approach. Once turned on, the first thing that stands out is the image sharpness. The UHD 4K panel delivers remarkable detail, and if you come from a full HD screen, the leap is immediately noticeable: higher definition, sharper edges, fuller colors. The performance is powered by the 7th Generation 5 processor, a digital heart that manages upscaling, noise reduction, and real-time scene optimization. It's not at the level of LG's top-of-the-line processors used in OLEDs, but for a mid-range model, it's surprising how much of a difference it can make. Even full HD content is handled carefully, and the annoying graininess that affects some TVs when trying to artificially upscale to 4K is rarely noticeable. In terms of color performance, HDR10 Pro shows its value, especially with compatible content. Movies on platforms like Disney+, Prime Video, or Netflix become more vibrant, dark scenes do not get lost in a featureless gray, and contrasts appear balanced. It's not HDR that aims to dazzle with blinding brightness peaks like high-end OLED panels, but rather seeks to deliver a natural, faithful image that is pleasant to watch for hours without straining the eyes. In this regard, Filmmaker Mode is an interesting feature. Activating it turns off all overly aggressive processing and attempts to deliver the vision exactly as directors intended. Not everyone will use it, but for cinema lovers, it's a welcome option even on a 43-inch mid-range model. On the audio side, the TV integrates a 20W system that surprises with clarity in the mid-high frequencies but is somewhat limited in the bass. Dialogue is always clear, even in the most intense scenes, making it suitable for everyday use without a soundbar. However, those seeking a more cinematic, immersive experience will probably need to add a soundbar or external system, not due to quality limitations, but because the thin body does not allow space for powerful woofers. However, the TV's ability to simulate a virtual surround effect is interesting. It does not replace dedicated systems but gives the sensation of more enveloping sound compared to simple front-facing audio. Moving to the smart features, LG continues to push with WebOS, which in this 24th version appears more mature and responsive. The interface is smooth, menus are intuitive, and the most important apps are already included: Netflix, Prime Video, Disney+, YouTube, Apple TV+, and more. The addition of the Sports Portal is an interesting novelty for sports fans. It allows quick updates, scores, and notifications without opening dedicated apps. A feature aimed at viewers who don't want to miss games while watching something else. Integrated Alexa support allows the TV to be controlled via voice commands, without needing a smart speaker. It is mainly useful for basic functions like changing channels, adjusting volume, or searching for content, while more advanced commands remain somewhat limited, but still a step toward a connected home. The Wi-Fi connection is stable, and during test streaming 4K content, no buffering issues occurred, showing that network management has been optimized. A noteworthy feature is the Game Optimizer. For those playing on consoles like the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, having a dedicated menu with quick settings to reduce input lag, optimize colors, or balance fluidity is very convenient. The TV is not designed exclusively for competitive gaming, but it delivers a smooth and responsive experience, especially thanks to ALLM, Auto Low Latency Mode, which automatically lowers latency when a console is connected. The 43-inch size may seem small for some gamers, but at close distance, it is ideal, and 4K resolution helps render game details more immersive. Regarding physical connections, the 3 HDMI inputs are more than sufficient for most users: console, decoder, and perhaps a Blu-ray player or PC. There is also a USB port for playing content from external devices, and an optical output for connecting dedicated audio systems. One detail worth noting is the G energy efficiency class, a weak point in a period when many consumers pay attention to energy consumption. It doesn't mean the TV consumes excessively, but compared to more efficient models, consumption is higher. In daily use, the 43UT73006LA proves to be a versatile companion, perfect for a Netflix night, suitable for gaming, and even useful as a secondary screen for PC use thanks to good color rendering and definition. The remote, which retains LG's Magic Remote philosophy, allows navigating menus with a pointer, making selection faster than traditional remotes. Overall build quality conveys solidity, no creaks or fragile plastics, and even if the design is not luxurious, it feels reliable. Image performance during sports is another aspect to highlight. Thanks to motion processing handled by the 5 processor, matches run smoothly without the motion blur that often ruins the experience. Of course, there are limitations. Black levels, though good, cannot compete with OLEDs, and in very dark scenes a certain gray uniformity is noticeable. The viewing angle, while wide, tends to lose some brightness when viewed from extreme sides, but these are normal aspects of LED panels and hardly avoidable in this price range. In conclusion, the experience with the LG UHD 43UT73006LA is that of a TV that successfully combines practicality, visual quality, and smart functions. It's perfect for those looking for a 43-inch screen that is not just a passive monitor but a real multimedia center, capable of handling streaming content, sports, gaming, and even smart home features. It's not the most energy efficient and does not replace a dedicated audio system, but these are predictable compromises and somewhat acceptable given the price and category. One key specification to consider in a TV is backlighting management, and in the case of the 43UT73006LA, LG adopts a direct LED backlight structure rather than edge-lit, edge-LED. This allows a more uniform light distribution across the panel, reducing hotspots and improving the perception of uniformity in gray areas or dark scenes. LG also applies a basic local dimming system to improve contrast, not full array with hundreds of zones, but enough to make dark scenes deeper and limit blooming. The panel has a native frequency of 60 Hz, but thanks to the 5 Gen 7 processor's interpolation techniques, LG can simulate intermediate frames, making fast-moving scenes smoother. This is especially useful for sports and action scenes but may introduce the soap opera effect, adjustable in the menu settings. On the connectivity side, the 3 HDMI 2.0B input support 4K at 60 Hz, with ARC for sending audio to external sound bars. The USB port supports media playback in various formats. The optical output allows connection to older digital audio systems. Internal memory and RAM ensure smooth operation of apps and fast switching between applications. Input lag ranges from 14 to 20 milliseconds in game mode, ideal for casual gaming and consoles. ALLM support automatically optimizes latency when it detects a console or PC. The TV supports DVB, T2, DVB, S2, and DVB-C, and thanks to HEVC and other modern codecs, it can efficiently play compressed streams. The 5 Gen 7 processor also handles LUT and dynamic color mapping, reducing banding and improving color gradation, while local scene-based backlighting optimizes dynamic contrast. Dual-band Wi-Fi ensures stable 4K streaming even without a wired Ethernet connection. OTA software updates keep WebOS up to date and secure. Overall, this TV balances video performance, backlight uniformity, modern connectivity, and gaming, without aiming for top-of-the-line features, but remaining solid, versatile, and reliable. From a technical standpoint, one of the most interesting aspects of the LG 43UT73006LA is its color processing and image optimization. The 5 Gen 7 processor is not only responsible for upscaling content from lower resolutions to 4K but also for dynamically adjusting colors and contrast on a scene-by-scene basis. It uses advanced LUT, lookup table, mapping to ensure that shades transition smoothly, reducing the banding effect that can appear in gradients like skies, water surfaces, or shadows. This is particularly noticeable when watching high-quality cinematography or nature documentaries, where subtle color variations make a big difference in the sense of realism. The HDR10 Pro support is enhanced by this dynamic color and contrast management. While it doesn't have the peak brightness levels of premium OLEDs, it intelligently manages local brightness so that bright areas don't blow out while preserving as much detail as possible in shadows. For example, during scenes with a bright sky and a dark foreground, the sky retains its brilliance without making the landscape completely black. This approach improves the sense of depth and dimensionality on screen. Another area worth highlighting is motion handling. Many mid-range LED TVs struggle with fast-moving content, producing noticeable motion blur or ghosting. LG addresses this with motion interpolation and adaptive frame management. The system can insert intermediate frames in real time, giving smoother movement in sports, action movies, or gaming sequences. Users have the flexibility to adjust these settings, either prioritizing natural motion or reducing soap opera effects that some viewers find artificial. Gaming features are also more advanced than one might expect at this price point. The Game Optimizer menu consolidates settings for contrast, brightness, black level, and HDR performance in a single screen. It also includes dynamic refresh optimizations for consoles and PCs that support Auto Low Latency Mode, ALLM. With an input lag around 14 to 20 milliseconds, this TV is suitable for most gaming experiences, even fast-paced shooters or platformers, providing responsive gameplay without noticeable delay. From a connectivity perspective, the 3 HDMI 2.0B ports, though not supporting 4K at 120 Hz, are more than adequate for consoles, media players, or PCs. One of the ports supports ARC, Audio Return Channel, which allows high-quality audio to be sent to compatible sound systems without a separate cable. For those with older audio equipment, the optical SPDIF output provides an additional option. The USB port supports playback of common media formats, including MP4, MKV, MP3, AAC, and JPEG, making it easy to view videos, music, and photos from a thumb drive or external hard drive. In terms of network performance, the TV supports dual-band Wi-Fi, 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz, allowing users to choose the most stable and fastest band depending on their home setup. Streaming 4K content from Netflix, Prime Video, or YouTube remained consistently smooth during testing, with minimal buffering even under moderate network congestion. While there is no wired Ethernet port on this model, the Wi-Fi performance is sufficient for most households. The Smart TV interface, WebOS 24, continues to evolve with a focus on usability and speed. The app library is comprehensive, covering all major streaming services and providing quick access to the sports portal, a feature that aggregates scores, live updates, and highlights without the need to open multiple apps. The Magic Remote remains intuitive, with motion-based pointer controls that allow faster navigation compared to traditional button remotes. Another noteworthy feature is voice control integration with Alexa. Basic commands like changing channels, adjusting volume, or launching apps can be performed without touching the remote, adding convenience for everyday use. More complex commands may be limited, but this integration is a step toward a fully connected smart home ecosystem. Energy consumption is an important consideration for many users. The 43UT73006LA is classified as G for energy efficiency. While this isn't ideal compared to the most efficient models on the market, it's typical for mid-range LED TVs that aim to maintain higher brightness and color performance. Users who watch TV for long hours may notice slightly higher electricity usage, but the trade-off is a bright, vibrant picture. The build quality deserves mention as well. The chassis is solid, with no creaking or fragile plastics. While the design is not luxurious, it communicates durability and reliability. The stand is sturdy and provides good support, without forcing the TV into a specific furniture configuration. Audio performance is decent for a built-in system. Dialogue clarity is excellent, even in action-packed scenes. The 20W speakers may lack deep bass, but the virtual surround feature enhances spatial perception, making it more immersive than simple front-facing speakers. Pairing with a soundbar or home theater system is recommended for those seeking a more cinematic experience. Finally, the TV's versatility is a major strength. It is suitable for a wide range of activities, streaming movies and TV shows, casual gaming, watching sports, or even acting as a second monitor for a PC. The combination of 4K resolution, color accuracy, motion processing, and smart features makes it a practical choice for households that need a balanced, all-purpose TV without moving into premium price tiers. In conclusion, the LG UHD 43UT73006LA is a versatile, reliable, and technically capable mid-range TV. Its strong points include image processing, color management, motion handling, gaming features, and smart TV integration. While it's not the most energy efficient or the absolute best in deep blacks compared to OLEDs, it offers a complete and satisfying experience that will meet the needs of most users, providing excellent value for its price and size.